Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Rainbows Are Circles. This is Julie, and today we are talking about what to do when you don't feel like doing anything, when you don't feel good, when you feel kind of crappy, when you don't have motivation, and you just kind of feel a little down in the dumps. And I think this is an important thing to talk about because we live in a world where it seems like if you look at social media, for example, it seems like everybody is doing so well and is like happy all the time. But when we're looking at things like social media, we're really seeing people's highlight reels. We're not really seeing all of the behind the scenes that everybody is going through because that's just not something that people tend to post about a lot of the time. And so we can kind of skew our perspective of reality into thinking that everybody else is happy, everybody else is doing so good, everybody else is where they want to be. And that can put us in a place of feeling like not very good about ourselves. And when we feel not so good, which is a completely normal and natural thing, like for example, today I woke up and initially I felt like pretty motivated and excited for the day. And then as the morning went on, I just started to feel like really kind of tired and crappy. And like I just didn't want to do anything. I had no motivation. And that made me feel bad because I really wanted to be productive today and I really wanted to do some good work today. And it's almost 4 p.m. and I really haven't done much at all. But what I have done is I've rested, I've gone on my walk, and I've taken care of myself. And that is something that not many of us know how to do, or at least know how to do without feeling guilty about it. Because we're taught that we should be really productive and we should always be doing and blah, 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 making money, da, da, da. And so when we're not doing those things and we're not being productive and when we just need a day of rest, it's like we can't even enjoy it because we feel bad about it. And this is not very healthy. And I felt the same too. And I really had to just use all my tools and remember that it's okay to take a day off. The last few days I've been traveling. It was my mom's 1 year anniversary since she passed on Friday. So we had a memorial for her and we had some family in town. And, that was really beautiful to have everybody there. And it was also, it takes a lot of energy and it's emotionally can be a lot and a little bit draining as well. So I had that going on the weekend. And then I went down to see my friends in Southern California for a retirement party, 25 years in the Navy, crazy. And then I flew back up here and I was supposed to go to Indiana today because I have a couple of rental properties in Indiana that I'm still doing a little bit of work on and I wanted to check on them and take care of a few things. And I was just like, I'm too tired. I just feel like I need a day of rest. And so I didn't fly today and I didn't really do much at all. I did a little bit of like catching up on emails and then I just rested and took my walk. I'm going to go on another walk soon. And I listened to some podcasts and actually I feel like that is being productive because when I'm listening to a podcast, especially the podcasts that I listen to are a lot about entrepreneurship and mindset and clearing like limiting beliefs and a lot of personal development stuff. And so I also have to remind myself that if I'm listening to a podcast, even though I'm not like technically working, that is contributing to my quality of life. It's contributing to my mindset and the way that I think. And the way that we think is like that rules our lives. Like what we think about, what we focus on creates our reality. It's like the law of attraction, where your attention, where your attention goes, energy flows. And so whatever you're focusing on consistently is what you begin to attract into your life. And so if you're constantly thinking about things that you don't want or things that you're afraid of or things that you're worried about, you create more of those situations in your life. Whereas if you are really intentional with your thoughts and your beliefs and shaping your beliefs, you begin to shape your reality into what you desire. So that, like listening to podcasts, I should just start to consider that part of my work day because I'm really like building my mindset and I get a lot of like really great insights and ideas from those and even ideas for like creating my own podcast episodes. So, anyways, all of that to say, I wasn't feeling great today. And so I did some things to take care of myself. And that's what this episode is going to be about because I know that I'm not the only one that feels guilty when they're not being productive. I'm sure you or people that you know have a lot of that guilt come up as well. So I just wanted to share some of the tools that I use to take care of myself when I'm not feeling well and to release some of the guilt that might come up from when we're not being quote unquote productive. Okay, so the number one thing that I do when I'm not feeling good is I will pause and just kind of stop what I'm doing. And I'll either lay down if I'm really tired or I'll just sit quietly and I'll ask myself, what do I need right now? And that sounds really simple, and it is, and it's very powerful. When we get so caught up in a busy day or in being productive or taking care of somebody else or our families or whatever, we tend to not listen to our bodies. We tend to kind of disconnect from ourselves, especially if we're rushing, if we're stressed out, and we tend to neglect our own needs. And so when you take a moment to just pause and ask yourself, what do I need right now? Like really asking yourself the way that you would ask a friend that you were concerned about or your kid or somebody that you love, hey, what do you need right now? How are you doing? How are you? What do you need? How can I help? How can I support you? And just listen to what you respond. What comes up in your thoughts, your body, your mind, what response comes up. And then do that thing, whatever it is that you're needing. So today I realized when I asked myself that question, first of all, I was just tired. I was very tired and I needed to rest. And so I did a lot of that today. And second of all, I was feeling not good about myself. I was feeling like I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I was feeling like the things that I've been desiring, like I'm not capable of having. And I did some work around like looking at those beliefs because I had a limiting belief that was there that was keeping me in this like thought spiral of not having what I wanted. And the limiting belief that I had was I don't have anything of value to share with people, with the world. Which is, I know saying that out loud, it sounds crazy because everybody has something of value to share. I think that with these episodes, I am offering value, but there's still like, so our limiting beliefs are often like very subconscious, and our subconscious mind is like really tricky because it doesn't like if you say something out loud that is a belief in your subconscious mind, it sounds ridiculous, yet it's what's running your life. So even though consciously I know that I have valuable things to offer, there is like this limiting belief that was created from when I was younger, from an experience that I had that I don't have anything of substance to share. I'm not, um, I'm not like really that smart. I don't have anything of true value to give to people or to offer. And that belief was running in the back of my mind and causing me to not want to do certain things. Even though I consciously wanted to do certain things, that limiting belief was also there, kind of pressing on the brakes, so that even though consciously I wanted to do something, it was like that sneaky belief that I didn't know it was there until I stopped to connect with myself and ask myself, like, I didn't actually know that that was there. And so that's why, like, understanding our limiting beliefs and like acknowledging them and like hearing them is so important, because they will run your life. They do run your life if you don't acknowledge them and clear them. So today I actually spent a lot of time with that belief. Like, where did this come from? Why did it come up? What did I need to hear at the time that it was created? And how can I clear and release it? And I did a lot of that today, and I'm feeling like still really tired. And now I'm going to take a walk and just kind of like release it more and like kind of walk, like let my body move around and release some of that energy. Um, and we can talk about limiting beliefs in another episode. It's kind of like it's a whole thing in and of itself. But I just wanted to share that because that's what came up for me today when I took a moment to ask myself, okay, what do I need? I need rest, and I need to look at this belief that's making me feel like shiznit. Okay, so those are the two things that I did, and that's why I haven't like been quote unquote productive today, because that took a lot of energy and I was feeling really down. And I'm feeling better, but not 100%. I'm going to go take a walk soon and walk it off. So that is like the number one thing that I do to help me kind of get out of a funk when I'm in one, and to address whatever is coming up for me that's making me feel not very good. The second thing that I want to say about that is accepting wherever you are and not resisting the feeling bad. So if you're feeling like crap, if you're not feeling good, just recognize that it's okay. You don't have to feel good all the time. And there's actually like something that feels really good about letting yourself feel bad. And I'm not saying to wallow in it like day after day after day, because that is not healthy and that will like put you in a downward spiral that can be really hard to get out of. But, you know, feeling bad occasionally is part of life, and it's okay. Life can be hard. Life can be throw a lot of curveballs and surprises our way. And again, like if limiting beliefs are coming up and you're not conscious of them, they're going to make you feel not good every now and then. So just accepting when you don't feel good and just being like, okay, I feel like crap right now. It will pass, and feeling like crap is okay. And then sometimes I'll just like kind of lean into it and just be like, okay, well, I'm going to stay in my pajamas and like watch TV and like eat some ice cream. And again, not do that for days and days and days on end, but like letting yourself indulge a little bit in feeling sad. Cry if you need to cry. Talk to a friend if you need to talk to a friend. Chill by yourself if you need to do that. And don't guilt yourself about feeling bad, because that resistance actually creates more of the feeling bad. When we resist something, that actually makes it even worse, because it builds pressure and it's like you're fighting against something when that thing, it's like, it just is what it is and it doesn't need to be fought against. Sometimes it just needs to be, and we need to allow it to be. So if you think about like, if you have like a champagne bottle and you like shake it up and you don't take the top off, but you shake it up and all the bubbles are like rising to the top, eventually like all that pressure, like you can't keep it in. You can't just keep pressing it down. You can't keep resisting it. Eventually, like it has to go somewhere and like the cork is going to pop off and like it's going to explode. So we don't want to just like put a cover on all of our emotions and our sadness, because that's just going to like create more resistance. And if you just keep doing that time and time again, every time that you're sad, every time that you're upset, you just like put a cover over it and pretend that it's not there. Like that, might be hidden from temporarily, but over time, like it's going to explode. And that's why people have breakdowns. That's why people get super triggered over things that are, to most people, not really a big deal. Because we're not acknowledging the things that we're feeling. So allow space for however you feel to be as it is. Okay. And the third and last thing that I wanted to share for when you're not feeling good is to do something like, after you've allowed space for yourself to like not feel good and you're like, okay, I'm ready to do something again. I'm ready to let this pass through me. I'm ready to like make some sort of a shift. The third thing is to just acknowledge and do whatever things bring you that sense of joy or take your mind off of the feeling bad. So for me, it's like taking a walk, journaling, resting, going outside and just not being stuck in the house or in the room. But usually just going on a walk can really just start to shift things for me. So other people, it might be like exercise, it might be like going swimming or playing an instrument or like taking a run or being in nature or, engaging in some sort of hobby that they like, or just spending time with like the people that you love. So I would write down some things that help you to get out of your funk, so that when you're feeling in a funk and you don't want to be there anymore, you have some go-to tools to help bring you out of that. Okay, it might even be meditation, it might be therapy, it might be reading an uplifting book or listening to a podcast. Like I listen to a lot of like inspirational podcasts and things about personal growth, because those give me more tools and they help me to focus on something that's going to help me to expand and grow instead of just being stuck. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to share for when you are feeling down and out. So number 1 is just taking a moment, asking yourself, what do I need? How am I feeling? Really, it's just acknowledging yourself and giving yourself attention, because oftentimes we forget to do that. We take such good care of the people around us and we just kind of forget to take care of ourselves a lot of the time. And we just have to remember that, hey, you're a person too, and you deserve as much care and love and attention as the people that you give your care and love and attention to, if not more so, because the more that you are feeling good and that your cup is filled up, the better you'll be for every single person in your life. But often we're taught that it's selfish to do that. And so we don't. And so we give from a place of being depleted. It's like a car running on empty. It's like it can only last for so long running on fumes. and then it's going to crash. So you need to make sure that you're filling yourself up. You're taking care of yourself and recognize that then you're better able to be there for the people around you. So that was the number one thing, just to recap, giving attention to yourself. How am I doing? How do I feel? What do I need? Number two is not resisting whatever it is that you're feeling. Let it give space for that. Allow yourself to be there. And number three is writing down the things that bring you joy, the things that help you to feel better, so that when you are feeling down and out, you have a list of things, a list of tools to go to help you come back to a place where you're feeling better. Okay? I hope that was helpful. If you have other things that you do when you're feeling a little bit poopy, I'd love to hear them. So please feel free to share them in the comments. And and if you are enjoying this podcast, please leave a review, share it with somebody that you think will also benefit from it. And if you have any requests for topics or things you want to talk about, let me know in the comments as well. I wish you all a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.